Guten Abend, meine Damen und Herren, und willkommen zu einer anderen Propagandacast mit mir, mit Ihren Gruppenführer, Imperial Dane. And yes, I know that probably sounded absolutely terrible to you Germans. Either you're crying, either you're laughing, or most likely you're probably doing both at the same time. Yes, indeed, tragic comedy in a new grotesque fashion. But there we go, that was just me welcoming everybody in German, at least hopefully mostly German. My grammar is not exactly the best when it comes to German, sadly. So my apologies to my German viewers and those that actually understand it. So the other ones, I'm sure they had a lot of fun. But nonetheless, here we are, a 2 versus 2 today on Duclair. Yes, indeed, Duclair. Rather nice open map, sort of in the western part, less open in the northern part. So there you go. Briefly sketching up. I know some people seem to not like that, so I'll be keeping those short for a while. But yes, indeed, we are having a 2 versus 2 today. I know those have been rather lacking, but I got a rather... Well, I've gotten several good ones. I've gotten, in fact, quite a few good games as of late, so I've got something to show this week, actually. And today, of course, a 2 versus 2 on Duclair. In this case, just representing another fight, probably somewhere after Operation Cobra succeeded in breaking out of the Bocage. Now with the Panzers and Germans trying to put a stop to that nonsense, here we are with the Americans. We are having CallmeJohnnyRed and Flankitmate. Good name, certainly going to keep you an idea of what you need to do. Flankitmate, yes indeed, and I'll call you JohnnyRed. So there you go, there they are, fighting for the 2nd Armoured Division, fighting for America, for apple pie, for mom, for all that stuff, and opposing them shall be Ashall and Amagand. Yes indeed, Amagand answered the call when they were asked for replays and was good, and he was in fact challenged to bring out, so he said, yes, I will do so. I shall sacrifice my body for the fatherland and give you the best damn replay while you sit casually just a bit away, arbitrarily judging me. Yes, I shall do so. I, Amagand, shall do so. And that's excellent. That's the can-do attitude we like to see in the Wehrmacht. And that's the thing that's either going to get you killed or an Iron Cross. Possibly even a Knight's Cross if you survive long enough. So there you go. Amagand, Ashall, fighting for the Panzer Lehr. Yes indeed, ladies and gentlemen, the elite Panzer Lehr. And let us get right to it. Pioneers on the way. Wehrmacht quarters going up. Yes indeed, the usual Wehrmacht style. I mean, there's not a lot else they can really build right from the beginning anyhow. From the Americans, dual barracks start. Yes indeed, we're not seeing any of that sort of city weapon supports in the business. No, we're going to be right on hard aggression, right for the throat, fighting, blood, screaming, terror, shouts of German glory and all that. Some engineers focusing on getting the barracks up, some saying, right, we'll leave that to Johnny, we'll get out and get some territory for Uncle Sam. That's also a nice movement to do right there. So right off the bat, we'll be seeing jeeps or we'll be seeing riflemen. Wehrmacht quarters are up in both places. We're seeing an MG42 though up from Amagand. No Volksgrenadier and no infantry to really start out with the fight. No, instead we'll be seeing heavy machine guns. Engineers heading towards the center with all glee, with all haste, as fast as their legs can carry them. Considering all the crap they're carrying on their backs in particular, that's quite a feat. MG42 ready. And something till we might be actually seeing. Yes, indeed, Volksgrenadier right from the Wehrmacht quarters, ready to fight. Heading towards the center for glory. And then meanwhile we are seeing lots of riflemen getting ready. That's certainly going to be a rather heavy start. And certainly looks like they will be ignoring right here, which of course means that Amagand's MG42 will not do so much, and in fact means that Ashall's Volksgrenadiers will rather quickly get outmanned. That's going to be rather painful for Ashall, I fear. And there we go, some pretty severe coordination right from the beginning from the Allied forces. JohnnyRed and Flankitmate advancing. Volksgrenadiers of Ashall pulling back while the pioneers heroically sacrifice themselves, at least some of them do. The others run away to give the Volksgrenadiers time to get into cover. They are forced to run away as well. Amagand hiding with his MG42 up here, heroically watching over the entire surrounding area. But so far, no Yankees in sight. They're too busy beating up Ashall, who has got himself an MG42, and Amagand got now his Volksgrenadiers out as well. Pioneers seizing what they can. No mines as of yet, no anything, no barbed wire, no sandbags. Looks like we're seeing Americans just pushing onwards. not caring about stopping up and securing anything. No, they just carry on undaunted, irregardless of anything. And Volkswagen caught out in the open. Whatever shall they do? Whatever shall Amagand do? Volkswagen is being caught out by engineers. MG42 turning around to support the Volkswagen riflemen, seizing the territory. Engineers under heavy fire. My goodness. And what shall Amagand do? He's laying down sandbags. Yes, indeed. He's committing a quite clever little maneuver right there. Of course, we're out in the open. There's no cover for us. What do? Well, we're Volkswagen. We make cover. That's the ticket. And of course now they actually have the advantage, and now with the MG42 moving in to support, further Volkswagens arriving, riflemen getting suppressed, getting into the house, though before that's all too late. Jeep ready with a slight caliber machine gun. Engineers getting shot up, riflemen as well suppressed and forced into retreat. Volkswagens with only one loss, riflemen with some losses as well, and the engineers absolutely torn to bits. Further riflemen moving in to flank Volkswagen. All they need to do is just get onto the other side of that piece of sandbags. Come on, yes indeed, there we go, clever maneuver. Riflemen moving up, but the MG42 and further Volkswagen are there, making things very difficult for Johnny Red's infantry. My goodness, and right here though, things got a bit too much for the Volkswagen and the Pioneers. Pioneers were cut down, MG42 providing covering fire, riflemen with some losses forced away by the glorious infantry of Amagand. And territory being resecured. This in fact being a cut-off point for all of this. Very sneaky that. And of course now it's all disconnected. Barbed wire going down right there. And the rifleman right in there continuing to be fired upon. Gun down. Volkswagen is advancing once more. Others can reinforce. Something else coming out of their Wehrmacht quarters. What about here? Skirmish phase on the way. Forces pushing into the center, but Johnny Red has put up a machine gun emplacement right there. In this case, considering all the riflemen and the fact that he's been aggressive, I'm not going to say this is actually a sort of a novice thing. In some cases, it's actually a nice move. In particular, since that, of course, frees up his troops from securing this area. But in some cases, it's just basically because, well, I think machine gun emplacements are great. They'll just hold everything. No, they won't. But on the other hand, they can do a decent area of denying a decent job of denying a certain area from your opponent, and of course with the support they'll be pretty great. Lots of Volkswagen out for Ashall. Good force right there. Engineers with flamethrowers denying the Volkswagen from using cover. Very sneaky that. Volkswagen is getting shot up. Jeep slowly pulling back. Engineers trying to repair, but they are getting shot on as well. Johnny Red charging at the Volkswagen with the Pioneers. Forces need to be moved in to secure that and aid. Pioneers pulling back to set up something. Amagand is slightly light on infantry right from the beginning. MG42 then moving in to support the Volkswagen. Riflemen not in cover, getting gunned down by Pioneers and Volkswagen, but now moving into the cover. Or are they? The MG42 setting up, firing down upon the riflemen, denying them the advantage of the cover. Whew. There we go, suffering some losses, getting suppressed, but so are the Volkswagen. Oh dear, only one man left, and he makes a run for it in the meanwhile here. Ashall has finally secured a breakthrough in the American bases. Nothing really seems to be going on, though they are pushing onwards. And no, that could have been an observation post right there, actually, but apparently not. And Jeep decides to get the devil out there. We have also seen a Reich quarters. I don't know, well, blah, Christ. A lot of things going on, so I'm slipping a bit right there. No, we are seeing a Krieg barracks going up. Another one going up for Amagand, who was a bit swifter but didn't quite have the same amount of infantry on the field. Pioneers need to move in. MG42 getting flanked. Johnny Red does not give up. He just pushes onwards like a good stout American. And he doesn't just attack from the same angle, although he has to be a bit careful and not just running straight into the angle of the MG42, which just happened here. And he's getting shot down out in the open. No hiccups, damn you. But then riflemen flank the MG42 in another maneuver. I think he lost a few too many riflemen right there to call that a good move still. MG42 forced away, almost down, but not quite. And a clever maneuver right there, protecting his cutoff point. But yeah, that's the thing. You have to be careful not to place it too close, otherwise they can just sort of reach over the barbed wire as opposed to just say, well, we've got it anyways, mate. Sucks to be you, Kraut. So there we go. Victory point being secured. In fact, most of the victory points are currently in the hands of the Americans. This is looking a bit bad, but Volkswagen counter-attack on the move. Grenadiers ready. Pack 38 as the next unit. Good move. And BARs now equipped for Flankitmate. Johnny Red also going for BARs. This is quite the infantry fight already. Lots of Browning automatic rifles, of course. Will Mr. Amagand pick up on this? Not likely. It seems he's still be going for the Pack 38, although if it cancelled that and got another Grenadier team, he could actually gain himself a quite sizable advantage against these early riflemen. Riflemen getting into the building, but they are quite surrounded. Oh, the MG42 is out in the open. That's not where you want to be against a unit with automatic weapons inside a building. Oh, goodness. Oh, hooray. But riflemen are themselves gone down. They are surrounded. fire on all sides. Riflemen moving into flank as well. This is really heavy infantry fighting the way we like it, isn't it? Yes, indeed. Volksgrenadiers firing away. Riflemen moving in for the flank. Lots of automatic weapons. Volksgrenadiers again, heavy cover. Direction, all they need to get on the right side, lest they get turned into minestrone. No, that's a soup. That would be a bit too much. They need grenade for that. Volksgrenadiers firing away. Riflemen are taking some losses because some of them are not, in fact, not in cover. And again, cover can make a pretty huge difference, even if you're just equipped with bolt action rifles. MG42 hoping to deny the advantage of cover. There we go. Riflemen suppressed. And artillery. No, wait a minute. That's airborne. The 82nd Airborne Division has been summoned upon to aid the 3rd 2nd Armoured Division in this. My goodness, dropping in. Sneaky bastards. Will they be able to overpower the German troops with the M1 carbines? Pioneers hiding to the side here. Riflemen with BARs. Pack 38 abandoned. Airborne moving in to clear it out. Oh dear, Amagand, but further grenadiers are on the way. You need to get more troops out in the field. Volksgrenadiers cut down. MP40s equipped machine pistol 40. Volksgrenadiers need to retreat. Satchel charges. There we go. Realizing he needs to uncloak it. Satchel charge goes off. Volksgrenadiers firing at all directions, but it's simply not enough. They need to focus down one target. Not spread out. Oh dear, another Volksgrenadier team could be lost, but the riflemen themselves are taking heavy losses. Pack 38. Oh no. A Pack 38 and 2 Volksgrenadier teams. That would be absolutely horrific. Run, Hans, run. And there we go. Grenadier teams will need to salvage this situation quickly and swiftly. Moving in from several directions. Lots of replacement infantry will be needed for Amagand, who's instead going for a replacement Pack 38. Not quite what's needed when you, of course, you ought at this stage know yet both your opponents has gone for BARs, Browning automatic rifles, which should give you some time to react, but apparently not. Grenades getting locked. That means, of course, we are seeing grenades and not just BARs, but this is a really incredibly infantry-heavy approach from the Americans. This is actually quite interesting. You rarely see that in a 2 versus 2. But that's not because it's bad, it's just rarely seen, of course, and that's usually also tends to be a mark that the players actually know what they need to do. And Pioneers on the run from the BAR-equipped riflemen. Oh dear. Ashall pushing through in the south, having finally secured the flank right there. And BAR picked up by the Grenadiers moving to the centre. Airborne. No, wait, those are airborne. In fact, making a run with a Pack 38. They must be from Brooklyn or something. Damn thieves. Anyhow, well, I don't know if people from Brooklyn are thieves, but let's just go with stereotyping. That's so fun, isn't it? Grenadiers out in the open. They need some cover. Volksgrenadiers fighting from this house, although they are quite depleted. Forward barracks going up. Grenade lobbed at the Grenadiers. 2 down. Flankitmate infantry is having quite the advantage now. Grenadiers pulling away. Grenadiers, they are ready to aid, but they're standing about. Ashall, move your Grenadiers. Team running away. Forward barracks cancelled. MG42 keeping some engineers with flamethrower suppressed. Grenade getting locked. Will it be at the MG42? No, it's at the Grenadiers who are... Oh dear. Ashall, you need to be a bit quick on your troops. And the north. Amagand's forces are pushing onwards, and it's actually time to have a look at Flankitmate, I suppose. Airborne infantry. Lots of firepower, lots of grenades, lots of actual fire. My goodness, MG42 team. Oh no. And it's... How long will it survive? These Grenadiers need to retreat. Oh dear, Ashall. And the forward barracks actually made it. My goodness. But the MG42 was lost. Not so great. Forces in the north fighting it out. Volksgrenadiers with MP40s charging as a grenade goes in. Clever maneuver. Doing quite a bit of disrupting the American lines, forcing them away. Amagand secures the north. MG42 ready to deploy for the fatherland. And Pack 38 sending up to support the machine gun emplacement, preventing any armor from just charging into the center. Another Pack 38 ready and pointing at the bunker. Right, let's just pretend we didn't see that. Jeep hiding out here in the far flanks. Supplying out triage centers. No medic stations, though. That would actually have been a pretty great move. And a medic bunker, vice versa, of course, for the Axis. Counter-attack in the center. One grenade team forced away. Riflemen out in the open. Grenade could be lobbed in to deny them cover. That would be a great move, Amagand. And in the south, we are seeing some riflemen getting suppressed by an MG42 coming from Grenadiers. And riflemen, and there we go with the grenade. Riflemen taking heavy losses. Engineers with flamethrowers moving in right into the arc of the MG42. Grenadiers firing as well with glee and honor. My goodness, that's quite a 2 versus 2 I've gotten here, right indeed. Big thumbs up to Amagand for sending that in. And oh wait, there we have a medic station. Oh dear, there's so much going on, I'm missing half the things. Oh dear. That's just the fun of it, isn't it? Right, airborne moving in for flank. From Flankitmate. Flankitmate is flanking. My goodness, he's living up to his name. The absolute amazingness of it. Although now they might end up getting shot up, mate. That's a bit of a problem. They need to retreat. In particular, this is the air veterans one. There we go. Riflemen moving in. And they're decapping the forward barracks. Oh dear, Ashall quickly react. Take it back. Flamethrowers trying to cover it. Riflemen, the veterans 2 moving in. Standing out in the open though. Getting burned up by the pioneers. But the forward barracks might be cleared out. That would be quite a loss in manpower. And grenades getting thrown out. The pioneers. Pioneers dead. No, wait, there's one right in front of the 4 barracks. 4 barracks cleared out just in time. A grenadier team also just makes it out. And the airborne... No, the rifleman veteran team... Oh, dear, he lost the veteran T2 rifleman team. That was... Oh, dear. That was a bit too much of a loss. MG42, though, secured by the forces of Johnny Red. Red Force 1 moving in, I suppose. And in the north, Amagand's Force Grenadiers are being forced away. Grenadiers stopped by the MG42. Pack 38, though, opening up. No armor buildings from there, though, and nothing else from here. Supply yard, though, is good. Sadly, no such thing from Flankitmate. MG42 keeping the forces of Ashall tied down. MP40 Force Grenadiers in the building. Grenade goes in, killing a few Force Grenadiers. Medic pulling back the wounded for Flankitmate. And the machine gun emplacement might be cleared out. Forces need to clear that out, but MG42 is covering with Grenadiers in support. Good in-depth defense. Riflemen moving in. MP40 is firing away from the building. Airborne, engineers, riflemen, medic station. Looks like they are focusing all their efforts right here in the south, in the more open territory. Forces going down, grenades getting lobbed at the ground. Apparently the ground has joined the Third Reich or something. And lots of grenades getting thrown in return. Airborne standing out in the open, firing away, forcing away the grenadiers. That was an absolutely incredible blow to the forces of the Panzer Lehr, but they are fighting certainly gloriously like the elite, although they certainly could be a bit tighter, but there we go. And Grenadiers moving in. Amagand really notching it up to 15 or whatever with Grenadiers, and now a Stu 42 Sturmhaubitze 42 moving in. Grenadiers at the Grenadiers. The Stuk-Abteilung probably providing those. Stu 42. And there we go, providing some heavier firepower, forcing away the armies. And let's go have a look at Johnny Red. What has he gone for? And interesting enough, no doctrine, yet he's got almost 400 munitions. I mean, a single artillery could be called in, for example, or something else. Oh dear. And grenades getting lobbed into this mix. Grenadiers going down. Riflemen firing away, and there we go. Infantry doctrine, artillery called in on the MG42. Grenadiers out in the mix. Oh dear. Forwards, advance. And Grenadiers out in the open, taking shots from it. Flankitmate's medic station has granted him one rifleman team right there. And an anti-tank gun has been dropped down to provide protection against the Stu 42. Grenades getting thrown at all sides. 3 victory points are still in the hands of the Americans. Johnny Red's forces have pushed through in the north. Absolutely horrific. Kampfkraft sent up for Amagand. Kampfkraft sent up for Ashall, but no further armor except that Stu 42. Stu 42 though taking fire from a captured Pack 38. Riflemen moving in to keep things secure and dropping right into the middle of everything. That's incredibly bold. Perhaps they're wanting to get some artillery. Or I mean a mortar and perhaps some machine guns. Grenadiers charging in. Airborne riflemen securing what they can, getting shot up. Grenadiers advancing from Ashall. Ashall really pushing forward, and now... No, that's also Ashall's Grenadiers. Interesting enough, no medic bunkers. Lots of artillery going down, riflemen being forced away, machine guns and mortars being left out in the open. Oh dear. Anti-tank guns a bit on their own, need to get out of there. And the 30 caliber has been secured by the Americans. But for how long? Need to retreat. And what is with... And incendiary barrage clearing out the MG. No, wait, that was the Grenadiers, but the medic station is gone and needed apparently an entire incendiary barrage. In the meanwhile, in the north, fighting is going on. Slight skirmishing, Force Grenadiers keeping things secure as a small security team. And the Grenadiers of Ashall have secured the center. Absolutely amazing. On the other hand, that's a bit of a waste of artillery right there. That's no doubt about it. But finding engineers No further medic stations, although no, there's no attempted vehicles right away. And my goodness, Johnny Red's floating an incredible almost 1,000 manpower and quite a bit of fuel, but there we go. He shouldn't be floating that many resources. I mean, I can imagine he's quite occupied with all that's going on, but still, always try to sort of keep things secure, always try to keep things flowing. Of course, he could easily have been pressuring much better if it had much more resources. Or at least some sticky bombs. Rifleman getting stopped by the MG42 and the Grenadiers. Amagand securing this area. Rifleman getting torn up. Stu 42 firing in support. Rifleman are simply getting slaughtered, massacred. No idea why they continue in this insanity of German fire power. Browning's being picked up by the Rifleman. Grenadiers dying. Everybody's dying. Except me. But that's another story. And the North Pioneers and Volksgrenadiers continue roaming about. The Americans need to turn things around. They really ought to perhaps have gotten some armor earlier to really keep things going. And of course, Johnny Red, with all those resources, could easily have afforded to quickly rush for a tank and then push onwards. That could really have turned things around for the Americans to really cemented their advantage. Or perhaps at least some more medic stations or something. Grenadier, Rifleman throwing grenades at the Grenadiers. One down, beer yard dropped. Grenadiers will probably pick that up. Anti-tank gun tries to get away. Rifleman cut down. Whew, and I do believe it's time for the mid-game analysis. What is the situation? Well, currently, after some very intense fighting with a lot of losses on both sides, the Germans have pushed through. The Americans, sadly, didn't quite prepare long enough. They didn't quite push their advantages. They flooded a bit too many resources, a bit too poor artillery, and have slowly but surely been pushed back by the supreme firepower of the Panzer Lehr with the Grenadiers, with veterancy, and the fact that they didn't run too much around out in the open. That's certainly always an important bit to remember, although it looks like artillery is getting made ready. That could certainly turn things around. Of course, going infantry, of course, what we'll expect from the airborne, he's going supply now as well. But again, some more medic stations would have been nice, and perhaps something on the other side of the Bocage, not right in front of the enemy. Again, things like that can really make a difference in terms of survivability for such structures. And again, the same applies to medic bunkers and casualty clearing stations. In which case, of course, it would have been nice to see a medic bunker up for our German friends. But really, the Germans are pushing forwards now, although they are only using Grenadiers mostly. The Americans certainly have done quite a bit now with artillery, but again, they needed perhaps some more heavy machine guns to really stop all that infantry, and sadly, not quite the case. Plus, well, again, a bit not preparing enough with enough medic stations and supply yards and all that, and not pushing an armor advantage. Nonetheless, still alright for now. We'll of course have to see how this evolves, but certainly predicting something good for the Germans. Grenadiers pulling back to secure what they have. Mortar right in front of them could be taken. Howitzer ready to fire for... And there we go, in fact. And the Grenadier team was, in fact, splattered out on the cold, unforgiving ground of Flanders. Probably laughing in that French manner, which I can't quite replicate without sounding like a complete arse. Riflemen advancing. Grenadiers trying to seize a point but not quite achieving it. Riflemen advancing. Flankitmate with his grenades. Could he grenade them out? What will happen? What will happen? Grenadiers pulling away. One down. And forced away. And some artillery getting called in. Oh where shall the artillery go? Right, apparently there. Grenadiers are suffering quite viciously. And one thing to note, of course, is when you see artillery, you don't move your units towards it. Apparently, Flankitmate sort of forgot that one in military academy, and so managed to waltz his grenadier rifleman right into an artillery barrage. That's the first time I've seen that. MG42 cleared out. Johnny Red needs to pick that up and secure it once more for Uncle Sam. Pack 38 advances slowly, fighting in the north. The Stu 42 proves to be a nuisance. No veterancy for it, though. And there we go. Tank deeper up for Flankitmate. Veterancy 1 for this howitzer already clearing out. One grenadier team certainly gets you that. Grenadiers being forced away, and I suspect the artillery is firing again. Oh no, he's getting more artillery. My goodness. Hitting absolutely nothing. Absolutely amazing. Keep getting repaired. Rifleman moving towards the center and right into an MG42 if my predictions are correct. Let us go have a look at Ashall actually a bit, who has gone for terror. The terror of the Third Reich shall be struck into the hearts of the puny Americans. who do not have training or zeal. Airborne continuing to drop in from the 82nd Airborne. Flankitmates not giving up on that account. Airborne dropping in to clear up that Pack 38, preparing for an arm advance, and a satchel charge to knock it out. And Grenadiers are too close. Grenadiers! Oh dear, one dies. No. And now the Airborne are getting surrounded. Grenadiers on all sides. A few false Grenadiers with MP40s as well. Airborne need to retreat. There we go. Americans pushing through in the west. They still hold most of the victory points. They could still turn this around with some clever tactics. Anti-tank and advances. Nothing still out of that tank depot though. Supply outs not received any upgrades. Artillery clearing out that MG42 it seems like. No, it's moving about, but now Riflemen are catching it out in the open. Pack 38 recruit. But no, they're stopping up right in front of the MG42. No, that's not what you do. And another anti-tank and advances. Airborne. Airborne running straight in front of the MG42. That's not what you want to do. Let's just briefly pause. Why not? Because when you fire up, of course, you ignore suppression. But the thing is, when you're suppressed, you're actually a bit harder to hit and damage. So that means you'll actually take full damage from an MG42 out in the bloody open. And I'm just throwing a satchel charge. I mean, that's usually the thing you can actually run away from unless you actually have no legs. Grenades on the mortar team. Mortar team a bit too late taken, I'd say. Anti-tank guns firing. Flamethrowers burning the Grenadiers. Grenadiers with version 2, that is elite armor, are easier to damage and kill with flamethrowers. Riflemen finding support, but they're not in cover. Grenadiers and Force Grenadiers moving in. Artillery flying down, clearing out. Oh, the MG42 is actually retreating. But the anti-tank guns are out in the open. Still, there we go, some armor from the tank depot. I hope that's some armor and not a tank destroyer. Of course, this is the 2nd Armored Division, but then again, they do have infantry, of course, and some... You could always imagine the armor never really made it. Let's just pretend that's actually no infantry enough. There's no infantry from... or Rangers from Johnny Red. At least now we're going to see some armor. Come on, armor.
Clear the breach and get ready to load.
And more artillery flying through the air. Amagand doing alright. I mean, they're both doing pretty alright with pushing onwards. And now a Panzer command up for the Panzer Lehr. Not anymore just for the Panzer Grenadiers, but the Panzers as well be more probably joining in besides just that Stu 42. Where is that armor bit from that tank depot? There we go. And we are in fact seeing our M4 Sherman. Absolutely amazing. Grenadiers charging forwards right into the BARs. In fact, forcing the BARs away for more riflemen advancing. Still no medic stations. Supply drop by Flankitmate. Airborne on the run. MG42 firing away. And supply drops obtained. No strafing runs. Sherman moving in. Flanking in. Clever. Nothing from the tank depot. The Panzer Command Grenadiers with MG42s. So far not achieved much, it seems like. Taking some heavy losses before they fire off a shot or two. Force Grenadiers moving in with the MP40s. And the Stu 42 firing in support. Still no veterancy for it though. That's a bit of a waste. I mean, veterancy 2 could get in an MG. Grenadiers getting shot up out in the open. Airborne advancing. Sherman firing support, but the Pack 38 is keeping it behind. Away. That's certainly a good tip right there. Pack 38 keeps the Sherman slightly away a day. Rifleman continues to fire away. Mortar rounds continue to fly down. Sherman pulling back. Lots of artillery ready to bombard the German positions. And no armor still from the Panzer Command. Oh wait, Knight's Cross. Yes indeed, the Knight's Cross have arrived. The elite of the Panzer Lehr veterans from Italy, or perhaps just veteran instructors. Yes, in fact, since the Panzer Lehr was in part composed of their most veteran instructors. So that could probably be part of it. Some really tough buggers with veterancy 2, which besides their heroic armor actually gives them some suppression resistance and damage resistance, making them in fact even tougher. Mortar rounds flying though. German positions taking quite heavy artillery fire from mortar and, well, howitzers, but that doesn't stop them. The Ritterkreuz advances. Panzerschreck at the rear of the Sherman. My goodness, and the Knight's Cross keep just taking fire, yet they don't die. Oh wait, there they go. My apologies. And a strafing run moving in, penning down the Grenadiers with the Panzerschreck. Will we be seeing any armor from the Panzer Command? Still no attempt at that. Pack 38 blasts away. And the artillery has scored some kills, except that one that can't seem to hit anything. Mortar ready to fire and support. It seems like Knight's Cross also getting reinforced near the forward barracks. False Grenadiers charging in with no care for the life. Veterancy free. Riflemen getting absolutely murdered. Pack 38 blasting away. Mortar rounds clearing out the other anti-tank guns. Sherman with barely any health left. Veterancy 1. 6 kills to its name. And a Panzer almost knocks it out. And let's go have a look at Amagand. Knight's Cross advancing. Grenadiers also. Of course, remember, Grenadiers need to stand still with an MG42 for it to actually bloody well fire. And the Knight's Cross are moving through here in the center. Machine gun trying to cover the flank, but instead it opens itself up to the might of the Knight's Cross holders. Moving in with the Sturmgewehrs. And that machine gun will be cleared out in seconds. There we go. Most heroic. And now that mortar team will be suffering the same fate. More mortar teams, in fact, in the distance. More things being called in. Another Sherman, but getting stopped by Panzer in its rear. But it's moving in to flank the Pack 38. Clever move. No, it's a crocodile. It's a crocodile. My goodness. MG42 now recruit, but again being cleared out. And the MG42, in fact, almost helps quite a bit with clearing it out. But the Knight's Cross finish it off. And Riflemen running straight into it. Fire burning away. Troops getting suppressed, but it's not enough. Sherman knocked out. Artillery flying. German positions right here. Blasted by artillery. But the artillery is, in fact, quite exposed. The Knight's Cross barely alive, but they are still there.
Heavy assault forces ready.
Quite a bit, and now the Tiger has been called in. And Hauptmann Voss joins in the fight. My goodness, yes indeed. Grenadiers on to run. Knight's Cross still holding the line most courageously, heroically. A medic pack has been equipped. And a MG42 re-secured by the Grenadiers of the Panzer Lehr. Others on the hunt for a crocodile, hoping to mount it as a trophy up over their mantelpiece one day. And we're seeing a motor pool, but no tank depot. I actually think that would have done JohnnyRed a lot more good again earlier. And it actually seems to be quieting down a bit now. Airborne moving in, only 2 men left. But still a grenade could do it. Or with some reinforcement moving nice. Another down. And now they're forced to retreat after having seen his comrade getting smeared across the ground by a Panzer. And now finally getting some bloody armor veterancy. Oh my god, oh wait, let's not do that. But still, schwerer Panzerabteilung 101 providing some schwerer Panzer. Very nice that. What we like to see. Grenadiers getting burned up though. First Grenadiers and other Grenadiers advancing right through the center though, right in front of some heavy machine guns which aren't pointing in the right direction, but they're still the Riflemen, which could with some suppressive volleys do something, and grenades at the Grenadiers, but no, it's not enough. MG turning about, but now the Grenadiers are moving away. Assault by the what remains of the American forces of Flankitmate, I suspect. Flamethrowers en masse and some airborne grenade on the Pack 38 clearing out, but the Sherman doesn't move forwards due to the fear of the Panzer and of course Knight's Cross holders. Panzer dropped behind, and again slight quiet. Tiger moving in. Artillery is still open to firing up, I suspect, if they decide so. Counter-attack in the north as well. Grenadiers and false Grenadiers moving in. Riflemen marking about. JohnnyRed seems to be the one that's faltering the most. Flankitmate generally having seemed to be in the start of the American forces. And Riflemen right in front of the Stu 42. And getting blown to bits by howitzer rounds. Grenadiers moving about. Dual Panzer. And the Pack 38 is under artillery fire.
Losing a sector.
JohnnyRed pushing on in the north. Anti-tank guns advancing. A weapon support center up for Flankitmate. No idea why, except if he wants to get a sniper. And at this stage, I might say that's a bit too late. Knight's Cross moving in to deal with those pesky airborne. A grenade right in front of it, that's a good move, but it doesn't stop the Knight's Cross. They don't care about something silly as grenades. No. They're all steel. Yes. And grenadiers getting suppressed by the 30 caliber. More grenadiers that are ready to put a stop to this nonsense. Or not. Apparently they're just standing about as their comrades are getting shot down. Not entirely sure why. And the heavy machine gun is getting mortared. Another mortar is ready to counter mortar. And looks like the Americans are getting ready. A sniper is there for Flankitmate, but they're cutting out in the open. False grenadiers and everything else. Oh dearie me. This looks like a recipe for disaster. Johnny Red charging through the center right into the line of sight of the King Tiger. Oh no. And grenadiers continue to fire away from all other angles. My goodness, false grenadiers and grenadiers. Riflemen getting slaughtered. The Tiger proving its worth. And things are looking rather dire for the 2nd Armoured Division. Despite all the artillery, despite all the airborne and other than that. And stormtroopers. Some also very elite infantry providing some line of sight, calling in a firestorm, clearing out one howitzer. Sneaky that. That doesn't stop the artillery from falling upon German positions. There's still one howitzer left to fire in vain. To curse the skies for not delivering doom upon the Germans. At least not sufficient doom. As we have seen some strafing runs, but sadly never quite effective. Tiger advances now. Undaunted. And anti-tank gun fires at its rear. Will the Tiger focus down on it? No. Stu 42 clears out, and there we go. Tiger turning on the other anti-tank gun, firing away. Perhaps some armor-piercing rounds. Stu 42 also fires away. And there we go. Anti-tank gun no more. 30 caliber setting up. 2nd howitzer also dead. No more. German armor holds the center. And some Panzer force from Ashall about bloody time. Howitzer gone. Another anti-tank gun fires on the German armor. Veterancy free. Now forward, in fact, granting side skirts to the Stu 42. As for preparing for his own assault, Panzer leading the way. Another crocodile, while he isn't getting regular Shermans, is a bit beyond me. Certainly not going to stop that Panzer IV. German troops, grenadiers, false grenadiers, Knights Cross holders getting stopped by the 30 caliber. Other Knights Cross holders moving in to clear out that anti-tank gun, but getting burned up and shot up. Panzer IV getting shot to bits, but the anti-tank gun is no more. A vicious counterattack by Johnny Red. And wait a minute, where's... Oh, come on. Don't tell me you pulled all of that away, Amagand. Chicken. And Riflemen charging across open ground. Panzer IV keeping the Sherman at bay. Stormtroopers right out in the open, gunning down an anti-tank gun, forced to flee. A bit of fighting here. Sniper running about, sniping a bit wherever he can. But now getting shot up by the grenadiers, who have had enough of that sniping business. Or apparently not. Forced to run away. Grenade at the grenadiers. Riflemen going for the central victory point, but the Stu 42 just doesn't relent. Doesn't stop. And there we go. Playback over. Game over. The Panzer Lehr won a victory against the 2nd Armoured Division. Quite an intense fight, quite a lot of dying, quite a lot of screaming, quite a lot of everything, except not enough supply yet. Upgrades, that was certainly might be one of my major points of contention. Not enough of those, and not enough early on, and not good enough placement of the medic station. Medic station could have been right better here. 2 would have been nice, 1 from either player, and they certainly should have been going for armor a lot earlier, or howitzers, whatever. But in particular, Johnny Red should have been flowing those resources at that stage. I mean, he should have invested them in something again. Supply and upgrades would have been nice. Otherwise, good aggression, good use of BARs and grenades in a 2 versus 2. Certainly rare to see that, but certainly quite made the fight exciting. And I'd certainly recommend that to American players if they can, of course, get someone they can actually know that can play. Also good fighting from the Germans. A bit unfortunate with Amagand not putting quite as much infantry on the field, but still he did alright. Supported his teammate as much as possible, and Ashall certainly proved his worth. Yes, he was pushed away in the beginning, but he came back with a vengeance, forced them away. Bit unfortunate with that forward bag. Was the first time, but the second time certainly did quite well. Cheddar was a good choice, although he could have used a bit more of that Panzer command in terms of panzers, but the Knights Cross certainly did their part. So let's not fault him for that, but good use of the Germans, good use of pressure. Although Medic's bunker would have been nice for them as well, but they certainly kept it up. They certainly kept the Americans ground down and suffering losses, and the Americans just weren't adapting to that. So good move there, good use of Blitzkrieg and good use of terror. Good game overall. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, why not subscribe or tell your friends, and if you didn't, well, why not send in a replay of your own. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.